that moves. Here doesn't move.
There you go.
Okay? So you don't want to be here because this is unstable. Hold all the way right to the edge of the yellow shield. Needle is perfectly stable. Make sure there's no coiling. Hook it on your little finger. Let's just come down closer to the edge of the hand. I'm going to anchor. See my anchor? Right there? I want my anchor out of the way because I want to be a very low angle draw. There. Now watch. I'm going to push this on. How can I turn my hand so you can see? Well, anyway, I push it. And then it fills. I'm going to move it out of my hand so you can see it's filling here. There it is. Do you notice something I'm doing? I'm keeping my insert hand there so the bevel is, and the butterfly is supported and slightly lifted. I'm going to do that now. Now what we have is a needle with the bevel up on the wall of the vein. Now he has such vascular veins it might not have stopped the flow. It did. It stopped the flow. Do you see? Mm-hmm. Flow is stopped. This is sometimes when I see, I've seen people that get to that point and they go, give me a second. They don't understand that all they got to do is come in here and do this. Now watch, I don't lift from here because this ends up wiggle. I come in underneath, I touch patient, and then I lift. I have what's called a controlled lift. No, none of this mid-air like stuff. Come in here, lift. And then usually the flow will, there it goes. Yep, there it goes. That's the butterfly lift. If he was an elderly man with really rolling veins, I'm going to release pressure, and he had real rolling veins, one of the things I have to do besides the lift, I'll come in here like this. I sometimes will use my thumb or index, and I'm going to do a little pull on the skin. Do you see that pull? I'm going to do a little pull. And then that helps straighten that wiggly vein. Anyway, it's well filled. Take it off. Okay. How many of you are aware that these red tubes that are plastic and the red tubes that are gold, hopefully your earlier lecture told you about what the weird clotting that can occur if you don't mix it properly? Are you aware on a hard draw, if you're in this position, you can actually be mixing your tube as it's filling? Let's say I had to put on my purple tube. Let's say it's extremely hard. I'm all focused like this. Okay, I'm going to use my thumb for my lift. Push this on. My flow is, let's see, I had stopped just long enough. It could be clotting in the tubing. Okay, now it is nice and slow. I'm going to go ahead and gently rock this, ever so gently, while the fill is so slowly coming in so that I don't have microclots form. All right, I'm also doing it without a tourniquet. Will that help demonstrate the point? If it's a slow flow, you want to be very careful of the mix. The mixing can occur in the holder very gently, and then less likely that your specimen will be rejected. Typically, your lavender tubes are approximately an 8 inversion tube. So now I'm going to go ahead and end this particular one. How many use cotton? Some of you use cotton, some of you use gauze. I'm just going to use gauze in this case, and I could use cotton, but I'm going to demonstrate something here for the person that you may have to poke repeatedly. You're going to notice I folded this one time, and then I went and I got a camera, and then I fold it into what I call thirds. And this is a better pressure bandage than if you did just the two-fold. And in the human hand, I'm going to turn you slightly like that. It's really nice if you can put this gauze here in a position like this so that there's these tendons. Now watch, there's 2 ways you can activate, of course. Pull out and just grip and activate. That's very quick. Or you can pull it out and activate with one hand. I think you all know that. Now, this is a really nice little pressure bandage. Anyone who uses their hands like Gary does, as soon as he starts pushing a wheelchair, which looks like it just glides easily on the floor, you'll be shocked. I fractured my leg very bad and had to wear, a big old leg thing and plates and screws, and I had to use a wheelchair for a while. It is so much harder to push up any little slight elevation. Oh, I will tell you that if he is not co-band or taped like this, it won't work, and can bleed out and pop off, and so we want to gauze very well.